one of the key problem is how do you measure your impact, not just on the E, but S and G? And the other thing is how do you cascade, so to speak? How do you make sure that every layer of management team, whether senior management, middle management, on the ground management, have targets and can contribute? And that's what you've been building with ZEI, an ESG reporting system, which is not just about reporting, but giving action plan, pushing action plan across the management millefeuille, stakeholder and layers. Can you tell us what you've been doing?
Yeah, so just in 2 sentences maybe, what we do at ZEI is we use technology to reduce the time, the money a company used to put into their ESG management. So we had before a carbon footprint, labels, ISO, now you have CSRD, which is the new European law, which a lot of new data we have to monitor. And this takes a lot of time in companies, and I don't use this time to focus on what's really important, which is switching business model. Not only switching what we consume, what we buy, but really how we do it, what we sell. And in ZEI, we are able to align all of the data the company use, which CSRD, carbon, again, so we don't have any double entries, and so every people in the company, every employee can easily manage data to report on all of the voluntary or
mandatory,
different reporting they have to do. And we also developed our own methodology that enables company to tackle and identify how can they transform their product, their service, but also their business model to improve their impact and go beyond the law and the reporting. And this is linked to what Fabrice said. So he said like all I wanted to say. So next time I had to go last, because he's always doing the conclusions. But what he said that anyway we don't have the choice, because we're going to have to, either because we choose to transform ourselves, or because we're going to get the climate crisis, the water crisis in the face. And so if you want to transform as a corporation...
And just to give an example, BPI tapping to managing an ecosystem. BPI has recently signed with ZEI that every startup, scale-up and company backed financially by BPI has to use ZEI. The Minister of Environment, if I'm not mistaken, have signed up with you guys. Babylou, another large company like Rémy Cointreau, have signed with ZEI. So, and they don't sign to get the data. They have the data. They want better data. They said they buy into cascade targets to their employee and to the federation of suppliers and clients that they manage. Correct?
Well, yeah, BPI is not official yet, so I hope the video is not live for now, at least 1 week.
But it's signed.
Yeah, it's signed. So yeah, basically
we'll cut that.
That's the aim. That's okay. But the thing is, how do you transform your business model? How is the corporation is able to move to impact? Fabrice said entreprise contributive. The term is regenerative in the company. There's 2 ways. The first one is when you change the suppliers, the partners, the allies, like for raw materials. This is the best way to do it right now, because you have the solution. You have the different suppliers. You have green techs that are going to give you tools to move and transform how you sell. For instance, Decathlon. Not copied, but got inspired by what the Vestiaire Collective marketplace do, and they implemented in their own marketplace with a startup, I don't remember the name yet. They enable a second-hand marketplace in their own marketplace. So beside the new products, they sold second-hand products, and instead of gaining money with the margin of the new product, they just earn a commission every time an old customer sells again to the new one.
Money without producing.
Yeah. So this is the first step. It's easy, but it's not the only thing corporation can do. Corporation also have a lot of money, a lot of resources, and they also have to invent new ways that is not only dependent on partners, on startups, but are dependent on themselves. Because when you invent something new, you will have an advance on the market. And if you have an advance in a new world where you have less resources, you have, well, everyone knows that the climate is a crisis, we don't have water, we don't have biodiversity. the consumers and the employees are going to go to the companies who were the first to innovate in something. For instance, in the data center market, one of the main impacts is how do you cool your hardware. This can represent like half of the electricity you use. And now some of data centers are trying to think of ways to implement the hardware inside like buildings, so the heat just replaces the gas or the electricity they use to heat the building, so you don't have to cool anything, and you replace the heat of like a tertiary place.
You use the energy to heat the building.
Yes, and if you're in advance in those kind of new business model, you will be the one standing in 10 years, and the competitors that are just following you will be dead, or at least less competitive than you.